Isn't this great? You've been looking at me going saying, for 45 seconds, that dude ain't got his microphone on, does he? No, he did not. Let me start again. That was just the introduction, just checking, just testing to see if you are actually listening. All right, now let's try it one more time. Hi, I'm Paul Grossman, the dark arts wizard of codeless AI test automation. This year in 2026, I'm going to be trying to do something else, something new, which is to do a little bit more experimentation with live streams and different automation tools. And I have this time because yesterday, basically, the company I worked for said we don't need any more work from you. So, which was sad because I worked with a bunch of people who were really great and I enjoyed my time out there. I got to learn a whole bunch about Claude and Copilot and technically vibe coding, but actually in the good sense because a lot of the tools and features that I did got put into this framework I did, which we've named it the Optimus Prime. So unfortunately, Optimus Prime has come to an end. But you know what? I'm not going to let that get me down. I think what I want to do is get some music going on over here. I'll put this on, see if I can hear it. Down into the background. All right. So, as I was saying, uh, I did an automation project for about, I guess it was 9 months, and I had a lot of fun. It was a WebDriver IO project, enjoyed the heck out of it, and now, where am I at? I'm gonna be doing something other stuff. I'll be doing some, videos. We'll do some more CandyMapper challenges, tell you a little bit about how that works, and I'm also gonna be exploring different automation tools to see which ones, are able to do the challenge easily enough. And today, I'm thinking we're gonna go to and use I think we're going to go to autonomous Applitools over here. So let me bring this up a little bit bigger. This is autonomous Applitools right here. And like I said, I got to play with a lot of different tools when I was in my last project. And by the way, I am looking for a new job. I'm okay with video editing. I'm okay with doing content stuff. If you're interested in looking at and seeing it, I do see one person who is looking at me at the moment. Let's go see where you're at. I'm going to guess it's probably off of Twitch. Yep, it's off of Twitch. So my one person watching off of Twitch, thank you very much. I will let you know I kind of have access to chats. So I'm going to be kind of keeping an eyeball on the comments. If they come in, if you're able to comment, please let me know. If you're not able to comment, if I'm not responding to you, I'm not trying to be rude. What it means is that there are other places where you can go and you can interact with me. So I'm currently live streaming on Twitch, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and also on Facebook. So I welcome you to come and enjoy this because we are going to be exploring Autonomous by Applitools. Now you might know Autonomous, it has a tool called Eyes, which is kind of cool. But this is their automation framework tool, and right now what we're going to do we got Camille is sharing all my little pop-ups are over here. Going to be narking on me. All right. Well, we'll connect with Camille a little later. As soon as I put up my announcement up on LinkedIn, I got about 30 different responses, and I was able to determine that about 4 of those people were humans, and the rest of other 36 or 26 were AI bots. And I really don't like being sent around in a circle chasing my tail with AI bots. I prefer to keep my interactions with real people. And I have a way of testing if the person on LinkedIn or any information there is a communication site is a bot. And what that is I ask them a very simple question. What is the color of the sun at midnight? And I think I will put that up there and see if you guys can answer that. Now, I asked my wife, and she said one word. Only one word. And the sun at midnight. See, I asked this question, and the reason I ask it is because I want to see if AI, what its answer is. So we're going to go over to AI. I got 3 different people watching here, so I'm going to go over to, let's start with ChatGPT. We'll go over there, and we're going to ask that question and see what answer it gives. Try plus, and maybe later I'll do that. Okay, here we go. What is the color of the sun at midnight? By the way, thank you very much. 2 people on Facebook have joined me, and there is the if you're watching, you can ask questions. I believe you should be able to see it up on there. And like I said, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you're on one of those other platforms, if you're not able to message me or chat with me, please let me know. Or switch streaming services. All right, so I got one person over here. So what is it? At midnight, the sun's color is black. And yeah, and the color radiant. Oh, the midnight sun color rating is 0. It's absent. This is the answer I was getting from almost all of the people who are responding to me, except for 4. 4 gave me a completely different answer. This is the thing I usually say, is that AI can be wrong. I'm going to go try one of my other AI tools. This one is going to be You. It's not YouTube. It's you.com. I do have a pro plan with You for other reasons we will get into possibly today. And I'll ask it the same question. And what does it come back with? What's thinking about it? At midnight, the sun is not visible from most locations on the earth. Really, that's interesting. I would say maybe half, even less than, because some of us can see the sun at the sunrise and sunset. I don't think that's a really good answer. None of this. The sun's true color is white. All right, that's cool. You see how wordy it gets? It's pretty freaking wordy. Just to remind you, yesterday I lost my job. So I am looking for something new. And that's why you are watching me. So my one little viewer over there watching me on YouTube or Facebook, thank you very much. And hopefully some of this is entertaining. This is what I'm using to separate the people who are actually trying to help me get a job versus the AI bots that are trying to pump up their numbers as to, I got some fool on the line and I got his resume and trying to prove that the AI, whatever's behind the whole thing, is working well. If you get an answer like the color of the sun at midnight is not visible, therefore it does not have a visible color in the sky, or it's just freaking wordy in the response, it's an AI. My best advice is don't deal with those things when you're, it's literally a chatbot. One of them said, how could I be chatting with you if I was a chatbot? Well, it's in the words, in the name. But what we're doing today is we're going to be taking a look at Autonomous. Autonomous is a automation tool by Applitools, and we are going to go and create my first one. I do have a couple of different projects over here. Unfortunately, the T-Log and EAX is no longer a thing, so we're going to go to Wix. This is the CandyMapper challenge, and as you can see, this is the .com. This one is hosted by GoDaddy, and this one is hosted by Wix. So if you're ever interested in that, that's what I like to do, is I build these sandboxes and try to get your automation tool to identify things. And the first thing is, the first pop-up challenge is simply close this pop-up. And there's 2 ways you can do it. Now, it does give you the requirements over here, and there are many different challenges I do on here, but we're just going to look at the most basic one, which is this. just close this. Now there's two ways you can do it. You can click Find My Candy, or you can click X. So I'm going to go click X, and the next thing says go populate the first name and hit submit. Well, where's that first name? See, these are all different challenges that are in here, and there is contact us. That's our first name. So I'm going to put in my name, first name, and I'm going to go and click submit. Now what happens is that there's a requirement here, is that we should get a message that says, please enter a valid email address. All right, I'll put in a valid email address. I'll put in me@me.com, and I will hit submit. And then we should get a result that says, hey, we'll get back to you in, I don't know, 48 years. There we go. You'll get back to you within 48 years. Thank you for your inquiry. All right, so that's our challenge. That's all we need to do. It's a simple 4 steps. First of all, we want to navigate over there. So we're going to go create a custom flow test. There are 3 different types that you can do with Applitools Autonomous. We're just going to do with the basic one, the custom flow. Now it says connect to the live browser. Only thing is the live browser, this is disabled. Can't get to it. And why is that? That's because I haven't put in a URL or a test name yet. So we're going to call this the Wix challenge. I think that's what I'll do. And we'll put in a website, www. And you'll notice as soon as I start typing that, it's saying, oh, we can connect. It's real close. So you type the letter in. I'm like, okay. And we're going to say CandyMapper.com. Hey, I got 3 people watching. Just a reminder, yesterday I got laid off. And I am looking for a new job, a new gig. So if you're watching on Facebook, let me know. And my chat, it should be open. And we talked about what is the color of the sun at midnight. And that's how you determine if the thing chatting with you is a chatbot or if it's a real person, because you get different answers from that. All right, so it says www.candymapper.net. We're going to go click on connect. And what happens? We get this we connect to the website. We're connecting to the interactive browser over there. Now, I think it is getting a little slowed down because I'm live streaming at the same time, but there we go. I have my CandyMapper up there and this challenge over here. Now, so that's our first step, is just, hey, and this is codeless. So it's like, go to this. Then the next thing is type the next action. What do we want to click something? Now, what actions can we do? Well, there's a whole bunch that's over here. There are user actions that we can do, like accept the alert or hover over something, scroll. There's a lot. Go forward, go backwards. There are assertions we could do. Salt just says verify this, verify that. In fact, I think I can just say type verify. And it says, yeah, this is all the things we're going to be able to verify there. But actually what I want to do is I want to click something. I want to click this X button over here. So if I say X, let's see if that does it. And we've got we can click this to select this item over here. Amelia is following me. Thank you, Amelia. And the only problem is that all my Facebook people left. They're like, forget this. I'm not interested. Well, it's probably the music. So let me go and change my music. And we'll go to a little dance. No, I don't like that. I guess. There it is. All right, so we're going to try and go and click on the X. And over here, it says, by the way, you can click on select an element. So there is our little item saying, hey, we're in element selection mode. I'm going to click on that. And it says click, put it on top of that. Click the back to site button. All right. Well, we're going to create this and run it. I just want 2 steps and see if it's able to do that. So here we are, January 10th, running this. And Let's see if we can see the output. Here's our screens. Let's see, total of 2 tests. Actually, I only have one. There's 2 steps in the test. None failed, 1 passed. That's good. Let's see. We'll take a look at our test flow. There's our test flow. Is to click the back to site button. It's cool. Let's see. That was over here. So it did clear the site over there. Let's see. Here's our action over here. Let's take a look at what it was doing over here. So we go to the site, and it's I definitely would like to see that first shot because we'd like to see what pops up there. But okay, there's some test screens over here. Doesn't include test screens, and there are no issues that we've found over there. So let's go back to our test case. Here's our custom flow, the WIG challenge, and if we click on that, we are back over here. Did we save this? So we definitely would probably want to connect to the to this. So it says it cannot connect while it is the test is running. So autocorrect language model is active. That's cool. All right. So we need to see. Let's see. Back to list. I guess this is still running. I think it completed. So let's go back and maybe we can. We will copy these. All right, here we go. Go back to our test. There's our CandyMapper net data there. And let's see. If I select, we can select all. Okay, we already know that this is the site it's going to go to. This is our element over here. And there's also different validations. Okay, when bulk selection is enabled. So let's turn off our bulk selection. All right, description. Wix version of the CandyMapper challenge. All right. And you can also make this part of plans. So you can do plans, and I believe our plans are listed up here. Here's one of the cool things I really like about a good interface design, which is, do I have to click on this? I actually have carpal tunnel syndrome in my fingers, and I do not like doing any more clicks than I initially have to. Over here, you can see we have our plans. I want to leave the page, and we're going to go create a new plan. So our plan name is Wix site testing. I will call it that. And what's our description? Challenges of CandyMapper. Got it. Sounds good. Concurrency settings. You can have, that's how many tests you can have run at the same time. What does it say? The maximum number of tests can be run simultaneously. Okay, well, we only have one test. We don't need to do that. We can also schedule these. It can be scheduled daily at a certain time. We could schedule these to run weekly. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And again, at a certain time. We could schedule them monthly on a certain day at a certain time during the month. So that's kind of cool. Also, you get an option over here of the different browsers that we have. I've got available Edge, Chrome, and Safari. And I also have the different screen resolutions on this. Also a couple of different operating systems over here. So on Edge, I could be running this on Windows. This is Chrome running on Linux, and this is Safari running on Apple, which is great. And you can also see exactly what's the resolution of the screen. How do I do testing of my resolution? Well, what I tend to do is I will go to, let's see, get my windows out of the way over here. What I do is I actually have a background that tells you exactly what the resolution I have. So I can adjust these the browser to whatever resolution I have. Let's go grab that. That's not StreamYard. That's not what I want. I want to go back to my browser. Where's my automation tool? Oh, there it is. Okay, this guy. So if I wanted to see if, let's say we use this as my example, and I want to see how good is this going to look at 800 by 480, the screen resolution that we had back probably in the 1980s. It's pretty darn small. I don't know of anyone who's using that. And also we can go and say, I want to adjust my screen and see how it looks. Well, that's not too bad. Set it at 50%, and it looks just like it does in the normal screen size. So when I'm doing testing, I will adjust my browser and then take screen captures of this to say, okay, this is what the size is. This is what it looks like when you have it at this resolution or this resolution. It's just a background. And everybody else has got a cool background. I do not. I got this. So this shows me exactly what my resolution is. And if my toolbar is being shown, I can see that there's a fake toolbar. This is the top of it. In this case, I actually have a real toolbar over here. So just clicking at it, if there was a fake toolbar, nothing would happen. That's part of the image. Well, that's the size of it. All right, let's get back over to what we were talking about over here. I'm going to go hit the, let's go back over to, you know what, for size considerations, let's go a little bit bigger so you can see it. All right, so I have this Wix site testing plan, and I can add tests to my plan. Now, do I have that test? I already have the test over here. There's my Wix challenge. So I'm going to go and apply this over there, and the tests were updated. I'm going to take off the scheduling where it doesn't repeat because I don't need to have that going on. This plan has no runs. Create and run the plan to see the last plan. All right, so I'm going to create the plan over here. And now the plan was successfully created. And there's my first test. And it is running on 3 different platforms. And let's go give it a run. So we will run now. So our test is running as planned. The last one was, it ran today at 10:27, which is just a few minutes ago. And the test does not include any screens. And it's the Dark Arts Wizard who is doing this. So you can check it out. I could rerun that test. Convert drawn regions to element-based regions. You know what? I gotta go explore that because that looks super cool. All right. This is running and pending over here. So let's see if we can see this. And I believe, okay, we've got our screen over there. Okay, 100% passed. I like that. That's a good time. It took only 24 seconds to do, and it was manually run by the Dark Arts Wizard. It was created by me. And over here, you can see who ran it. It was manually executed. It's passed. This is our test plan. Click the view in the test analyzer icon to view differences identified. So this is one of the most important things, is when you have an application and you're brand new to it, and I'm kind of new to this, having things that pop up and tell you this is what's going on is really helpful. All right, so I changed the music, so a little bit more entertaining. So click the view in test analyzer icon to view differences identified. So I think this is the view the test and the test flow. So we're going to take a look at this. And there's our image. And then we click the back to site and browser screenshot after the user interaction was executed. So I'm over here and take a look at the action. I believe this is just loading the page, and this was the action. There we go. So there's our pop-up challenge. And what we were saying, back to site. It doesn't quite highlight what's going on, but it does highlight in purple what it was aiming for. So that's all right. We took care of that, and our outcome was it closed. So cool. Before and after resolutions. Now we're going to go back and edit this test case. There we are in our results. And keep in mind, we're at the home. Okay. This is what kind of where we chose which project we're working on. And then if you change these projects, let's say I go to CandyMapper Challenge, you'll notice that the tests are different ones. Like this is CandyMapper Challenge. I did this back on July 4th, 4th of July, day off. And what are we going on over here? Oh, hey, I got another viewer over there at Facebook. Thank you very much. Just a reminder, yesterday I got laid off of my job. I was doing it for 8 months. It was a playwright automation project, and did a whole lots of cool things. Like I was able to get DevTools to pop up, and then I was also able to have a test control panel that would reset so that I could stop the test case in case the thing was going crazy like this. But today, right now, aside from telling anyone who's watching that I am looking for a new job, and until that happens, this is my job. Just let you know, you can ask questions. Like I can put your question up on the display over here. I can have live questions. So if you have any questions about what you're seeing over here, let me know. Ask away. I'll be here for another probably 20-30 minutes. I do have another appointment that's going on, but we are going to continue on. And like I said, if you see you want to chat, let's go. This is Autonomous by Applitools. By the way, Eyes, which is their better known product, is bundled with Autonomous. So you can actually use Eyes for validations. But let's get back over to our CandyMapper challenge. We were working on the Wix version. There's our Wix challenge test. And what we want to do is connect with the interactive system over here. I'm going to hit a refresh up here. And I think the problem is that, there we go. I can now connect over here. So I'll click on that. And it's going to bring up my website. And there it is. Looks exactly like my website here. Now, you can click the X, or you can click close, which is a little different from the version that's up on from hosted by GoDaddy. So I could hit close or X. It doesn't really matter. Just want to make sure I'm able to hit that. And we're hitting the back to site button. All right. So what's our next thing we're going to do? So one, we're going to go and close that. And we don't actually need this guy over here. So I'm going to go and delete him. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go and activate. Let's see. There's different validations you can do. You can add a user action. So what was our next user action? It was to enter my name into the fields. I'm going to say enter Joe is first name. I like that. And let's take a look. Oh, and look at this. Look at the way this interacts. This isn't just a screen capture. You can actually scroll on this and get to exactly what you want to interact with. There are some tools out there that have been around for 8 years and still haven't figured out that an interactive browser is one of the most important things that you really need. So that's one of the first things you want to do. If you're working with an automation tool, ask them, how interactive is your interactive browser? So I am scrolling over here, and I want to go to first name. And look at that. I think it may have done that. Let's see. Joe is not the name that I want. I want to enter Paul. Paul. And I think that looks good as first name. And we could select an element, but I'm just going to have it update. Okay, update. Alejandro is following me. Alejandro, thank you very much for following me. And I'm going to go and let's see. We have some run settings over here. That's just our concurrency limit. We don't care about that. This is now recording. So I'm going to stop that. and we're going to click run. And we're going to have that run. So right now it is doing the Wix challenge. There's one test that was executed, and we're going to see if we can catch the screens over here. Status is that it is running, so we know that it is executing. And I think we'll go down to this. And we haven't used any parameters. We could there are data sets that we could use. The data sets is right over here. So you can do parameters. You can add parameters, or you can just add a data set. So if I want to do a data set, I'm going to call this superheroes. Superheroes. And superhero information. And then we can upload a data set. Well, where's that data set? We're going to go and do a search for superheroes. And there is our superheroes right over there. And I'm going to go grab this and drag superheroes CSV up to here. Let's see what happens. What happens is it gave me another copy of this in the downloads. I don't know why it did that. So this has a data set file template. This is really good. So it'll download a template. I think the template's going to be up here. There's our template. So I'm going to go click on this and see what we got over here. Hey, we got 3 people watching, 2 people from Facebook. Thank you very much for watching. Just a reminder, one of them left. Yesterday, I lost my job, and now I'm doing this content stuff. And we're talking about autonomous Applitools. I'm going to be doing this, trying to do this every day until a job fills up my day. So this is every day I'm going to be looking at different tools. Today we're looking at autonomous Applitools. We are going to upload. So this is a data set that I opened here. So I'm going to go open this with Excel. And there's just a simple thing here saying this is the username and this is a password. This is what it looks like. There are tools out there, you wouldn't believe it, haven't gotten this concept. And I'm really happy that Autonomous Applitools has, because this is important to know what this should look like. And in fact, you got the data set template over there. So I'm going to save that, sure. I'm going to get rid of that. And we're going to go to our superheroes over here. And I'm going to go upload the data set file. So it's saying, where is the data set that you're looking for? Well, superheroes is right now sitting in my download. So I guess I'll go grab it from there. And there is superheroes. We'll open that up. And we'll add the data set. So now we got the superheroes data set. Can we actually look at this? Yeah, look what we got. 4 parameters. Man, that was easy. 1 click. There are other tools out there. They can make you do 4, 5, 6 clicks because they don't care about carpal tunnel syndrome. I am very, very much concerned about the carpal tunnel syndrome. I don't like having to clickety click, click, click. All right. So there we go. This is our data set of superheroes, which ones are who they are, Deadpool, whether they're active or not, and where they're located at. And of course, the real name is Wade Wilson. Now everybody knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Iron Man is Anthony Tony Stark. Blah blah blah. So we could use these variables to interact with this. This is the parameter 1 is a superhero. Parameter 2 is the status. 3 is real name, and 4 is email with lowercase e. All right. So we looked at that, and here are the parameter names that have been imported from that data set. So there's our names. This is the set that we're using, and we could bring in multiple data sets in order to data drive our test on that. Speaking of tests, let's get back over to our test. We are looking at, this is our flow. We want to look at our results. So our last result that went, which was this one at 10:42, talked for 5 minutes, man. Let's see, it seems to have passed. There's no data for the screens. No browser devices have been configured. We should configure that. That's probably a grand idea. We do know the viewport, which is 1920 by 1080, and 1920 by 1080 is 1920 by 1080 is this size right over here. So I know exactly the size of what that would look like on my system. Total steps in the test is to do our 3 of them. Let's go take a look at our test flow. So the first thing was the action that we're going to do before we did that was to go to our CandyMapper. Our outcome was that there's a click there. We're going to click the back to site button, and there is our pop-up. There's our outcome. Nice scroll over there. And then we're going to enter Joe as the first name. Let's take a look. Well, we got to the contact us page, drop us a line, and it actually put Joe into that field. It went so fast that the screen capture took, the page took a screen capture before everything was done. But that's okay. I'm going to go and add a new step. Let's see, okay, this is the flow. We're just looking at the results. We can't add anything here. There's no test screens and no issues to identify. So we're going to go back to our test over here, and maybe change our music. I don't know. All right, so here's our test, the Wix challenge. We're going to bring that up here, and we want to add another user. So that is to click. I'll say click the OK button. I want to click the submit button. Well, they're just typing it in. And then the next step might be to do a validation, add a visual assertion. We could do a visual assertion, or we could do a validate. So visually check this screen, and it's saying connect to my browser. So I'll connect over here. I'll wait for that to come up. It's basically launching a browser in the cloud and then bringing it up over here. Now, there are other things that we could add while we are waiting for that to come up. I believe this should be able to interact with reconnect. Let's try that one more time. If not, we'll just continue on. Oh, I think it's coming. All right, so we visually check this screen. Actually, I'm going to go hit update. The test plan is updated. There we have our site. All right, cool. And I'm going to I'm going to pause the recording because I don't need to have it recorded up there. But we're going to go all the way down to we can visually check the screen. But I'm not sure if that's really what I want to do at the moment. Let's see what else we got. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to go trash this. Interesting. Okay. This is the check that I can do. So enter a display name for this step. We can do a strict layout, ignore colors. I like ignore colors because if your company changes its logo to a different color, it'll highlight it. If you ignore the colors, it'll say, nope, it looks exactly the same for me. So the screenshot is a full screen or a viewport, which is cool. And you can do some other things, just looking and just taking a screen capture of a specific element over here. And here is a XPath that is being identified by the user's name. That's just a generic description over there, but I could go and say, hey, I want to make sure that I see a submit button. So I'm going to visually check that submit button over there. And let's see. I think it's region. Let's try that one more time. Click the browser. Okay. That's the element I want. And I think we're good over there. Oh, we can zoom in too. All right. I'll make it full screen. Got it. All right. So now the next thing we're doing. Oh, by the way, I see that we have another viewer watching me over here. Hey, watching on YouTube. Thank you very much. And the way they ran, I couldn't even have a chance to say thank you for watching. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm entering in Joe as the first name, and we are going to click the submit button. And in fact, I think I want to move this order. Look at this. Look at this. It tells me what kind of element this is, but it knows that if I want to drag this to another line, I can just grab those 6 dots over there and do that. So I'm going to click the submit button, and I will update this, and our test is now updated. The next thing I want to do is, let's see, we're going to visually check that screen, and then we are going to do a new user interaction. We're going to say verify. Verify. Good. Verify. Let's see, the recording is paused, so if I click submit, it will give me this. So, all right, so we're gonna go say we need to verify that this appears on the screen. Let's try that. Okay. And we are going to, well, should we enter the rest? I guess we would enter in, I'm going to turn on the recording at this point, and I'm going to go click over here, say me@me.com. And we can zoom in there, and we should get, and I guess we're going to get a enter. This is recording pause, so we wanted to keep recording. My bad. I did not click on that right. So I'm going to go and type it in there, me@me.com, and hit enter. And there it is. Just click on the me that we can field. It's actually not that named field. I'm going to delete that one. And what we're going to do is enter, rather than click, enter me into, let's see, email. Let's try that. So we're going to update this and save it and run it. Let's see what happens. So it goes back to CandyMapper.net. Keep in mind, this website puts in a cookie, and the cookie will identify this. Oh, I've got another viewer over here. I want to give a shout out to whoever is watching me on Facebook. Thank you very much. You can chat. We are live, so you can put a chat into the chat box. Ask me any questions. And I am Paul Grossman, and I just lost my job yesterday. So my new job is to explore all the test automation tools that are available out there. And I'll be doing this live streaming for like about an hour. My goal is to do it three or more times a week. And if you have any questions about, let me see, I'll allow this. If you have any questions about what about this tool or any tool, if you want to look at a tool, I have explored with a whole bunch of tools, including WebDriver IO, which is a book that I wrote with Larry Goddard about test automation with WebDriver IO. Now, here's a cool thing. I am writing a supplemental book. I'm going to be doing it with Playwright and Cypress. But this book, every chapter is a superhero chapter, and each one is a new utility that you put into your automation framework. This is for coded, but I do also do codeless test automation. And with AI right now, what you can do, even though this is for WebDriver IO, you can take the examples from my GitHub repo that this book has and ask the AI to just convert it to Playwright, which is kind of cool. It has all sorts of neat things of customizing clicks. You can get away from a page object model. You don't have to have all the extra little XPath and CSS, and then you have to update them to fix them. You can actually write a framework that will just say, hey, click add to cart. And it says, well, let me go find a bunch of clickable elements like links or buttons, and let's see which ones are visible, and whatever's left, let's go click it, and other stuff like that. And then it checks to see if the page is still building so that you have good stability. All of that is inside Enhanced Test Automation WebDriver IO. It is available on Amazon, and it is also available from Pact Publishing. If you happen to see me at a automation get together in real life, I am always happy to autograph a book for you. All right. So we are saying we're going to enter in me@me.com. We're going to verify that enter in this appears on it after we hit the submit. Now, can we duplicate this? We can. Look at this. I'm going to duplicate this line, and I'm going to go grab it and drag it underneath, because that's exactly what I'm going to do is hit the submit. And I am going to, let's see, what does it say? Rerun test from the start. One of the things is that why didn't it hit the back to site button? Well, let me show you something. If I go over here and I hit close like this, and I hit refresh, I believe what happens is you do get the pop-up over here. Now, CandyMapper itself is a little different. You do have to clean out your cookies, and I turned off all my cookie cleaning stuff because it was causing me some issues. But let me see if I can go to my my little, this is a bookmark. Do that. Let's see. We'll come back to that. Anyway, CandyMapper.com intentionally puts a cookie in there so it only pops up once, and it will come back if you refresh it. Now, CandyMapper.net, if you click on it and hit refresh, it actually does not do a cookie. It actually brings it up. So it's a slightly difference in between the two models that we hear between Wix and CandyMapper. So let's get back over to this. Now, can we find this if it exists? Can I do that? Well, it's thinking about it. So, interesting. We'll give it another run. We'll hit the run over here and see if it can do that. So it's putting in Joe into the first name, and then it is verifying that an email a message needs to be up here. And this is going to fail because it did not. Did it click the submit button? We'll have to check on that. When I hit the submit button, does it actually generate the message that's up there? So it's attempting to locate the element and find it. Now it's taking quite a bit of time and saying, nope, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I'm going to see if I can disable this run next steps. So I'm going to go run the next steps over that. So we can debug that, and then it goes and populates the email. Well, it's supposed to. And then it's supposed to click the submit button. And then we're going to duplicate this and say, see, verify this. We're going to bring this down to the bottom because it's the last step, step number 10. We want to, I think recording is paused, so we will stop running over here so I can edit this. And what did we want on the screen? We want to put on there, oh, I got 3 viewers. Thank you very much. My name is Paul Grossman, Dark Arts Wizard, and I lost my job yesterday. So I am actually showing off all the different automation tools that I have available. If you want to chat with me for the next few minutes, you can hit on the chat and see if you can, send me messages. It's supposed to pop up over here on StreamYard. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, if you have any questions, by the way, the only dumb question that you can ask me or anyone else is the only dumb question is one you didn't ask. Never feel dumb. We are here to learn. I try and teach people, and the people I was working with up until yesterday were some of the smartest people in the world. They're a whole bunch of developers, and they were fun. I know some people think developers aren't fun. These guys cracked me up every time I got online, and they were some of the most respectful people of QA. I know some devs kind of look at me and go, a QA guy. I swear one guy said, when I first got on there, he was yanking my chain. I said, "What happened?" He says, "A developer hurt me." No, a developer, no, a QA guy hurt me. And I say, you know what? My dad, he died at Kittimer. In fact, all of our fathers died at Kittimer. And if it weren't for time travel, none of us would be here. I hope you guys got a chuckle out of that. All right. I got one person watching on Twitch. I got another person watching on Facebook, and you've been here for a while. Thank you very much. Help me test some things. See if you can put a message and chat with me. There's one of my messages up there. In fact, I like to show the comments on stage, but it does kind of overlap some stuff over here. So if you are chatting, I've got the chat up. Ask me any questions. I'll only be here for a little while because I have to go off to a cool little thing here in Chicago. I'm going to go see a show. I guess it's Faulty Towers. Yes, I bought the tickets before I lost the job. Now that I lost the job, I don't buy tickets. All right, so we want to verify that this text is going to appear on the screen. And what's the text over here? It is going to be, we want to verify that we see, close this. We're going to come down here and say, Paul, me at me.com. This is my kind of humorous website. And this is CandyMapper.net, and it should come back. Oh, it's saying I need to do an opt-in with the phone. Well, I guess I'll have to do that. Phone is buzzing. You guys aren't messaging me, are you? All right. So you have to enter a phone number. You can also do a fake phone number. So I'll do one. Really? Come on. 630-555-1234. Really? Interesting. I have to talk to them about that. I guess I'm looking for US. United States. Topanga. Huh. All right. Enter a phone number. 1-630-555-1234. That's what I want to do. Copy that. And we'll come back over to Autonomous over here. And we're going to add in a phone number. We need to do that. So to do that, I'm going to go over here and duplicate this. That's not the way I want to do it. I think I'm going to, we'll just enter it in here. We'll click on this and enter it. All right, we are going to go pause that. And we'll do it this way. Okay, we're going to go enter phone number, ENTER, enter into the opt-in field. By the way, I don't capture or resell any of these things that I do here. I do get messages on my phone. I bet you somebody's was playing around with my phone. A new notification contacts. Yeah, well, that was me. I was sending a message to myself. Okay. And let's see. We're going to enter this, and then we're going to verify. Then we're going to go click on this. So we're going to move this up to entering the phone number, email over there. And let's see. We want to verify. Oh, what was it? So now that we got the phone number in there, it says enter a valid phone number. Submit. Look at this. Thank you for your inquiry. We will get back to you within 48 hours. All right. So that's our last thing that we want to do. Say me at me.com. And we had the phone number. We hit submit. And we did get that. So it's interesting. It comes up. All right. So we're going to say, we're going to punch this in here. All right. And paste that in. We'll get back to you within 48 hours. That's our 10th step. So we are going to, I think we're going to cancel, turn off our connection over here, and we're going to give this a run. Now give it a run. It brings up a browser, and very quickly, and then it brings up that pop-up challenge and says, go click this. Oh, look at this. It, I don't actually, because this is on the website, because it's on Wix and it always appears, I don't need to check to see if it always exists. It will always exist. So I'm going to stop the test, and I'm going to say, take out if it exists, and we're going to do that, and we're going to give that another run. Let's pause. Let's see. Should update the test. Okay. So we're in an interesting state. It says it's in a recording state. I want to stop that. I think I'm just going to do a refresh over here. There we go. Now we come back. We'll give this a run. And now it automatically connect over to CandyMapper.com. So it's going over there. First thing is done. Then click back to site button. And we should be able to see that and click it. Yep, it doesn't see that. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, it found it. It closed it. Now it's going to enter Joe into the first name. And check this is correct. Oh, we're hitting the submit button. And we should see that we need a real email. I guess we want to put in, where's our email? We're going to enter an email like this, for example, on the site. I think we need to do the phone number first. So we're going to do that. We're going to enter in the phone number. So we enter the first name and the phone number. And I believe we're going to rerun the test from the start. All right. Now in this case, we don't have this. We have a recording up there. Oh, that's my. That's all the information over there. I got 2 people watching. I'm going to take a look, see who's watching where. I got a person watching from YouTube. By the way, you can chat with me and ask me. On YouTube, just letting you know, I'm Paul Grossman. I am a test automation architect for 25 years, and yesterday I lost my job. So I am doing these live streams. I hope I'm not boring you too much, but just to show you different automation tools. So follow me on YouTube, and you'll get notified when new live streams are available. Thank you for watching, and we are going to go and take a look and see how this is going. So the back to site button isn't there. So I'm going to go hit a refresh on this. And we're going to see if this unsaved draft, continue with latest. Restore my draft or continue with latest. That's an interesting question. Which one is the draft? I guess the draft is whatever I recently did, which I think was changing the order on these. So I click the back to site. We're going to have to take a look at that and see how that works. All right. So we got to the website, and after a few seconds, we have this pop up, and then we're going to go click on the back to site button. And it closed it. That's good. Clicked it. Next, it's going to go and enter a phone number into the phone number field. And what does it say? It's a little small over here. I would like to get this a little bit bigger. Can I make this bigger? Enter a valid phone number. That is a valid phone number. You know what? It might need a plus inside of it. So let's try that. I am going to stop this. Come back over here. It might need a plus one in there. So we hit plus. There we go. And the music's a little interesting, a little boring. We've been listening to that for quite a while. So this one is It's a Dream. Okay. So I put a plus in front of this. We're going to give this another run. We'll have it rerun. Now, when this is live over here, it does not always bring that up. So I should do a refresh. Maybe I'm going to add that in there because I think a refresh will bring it up. We're going to stop this. We're going to add one more step by adding a step. Refresh. Pretty sure. Refresh. Soft resets page. Hard resets page. Oh, nice. And we are going to go grab that and put that right after we log in. Let's see if this gives us what we want. Rerun the test from the beginning. So I'm going to refresh the page and see if we get the pop-up. So sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And I think I'm still at this really big zoomed in. I hit the refresh over here. And we do get that. So I should get it. It looks like it found it. It clicked it. It put the first name in there. It put in a phone number. It liked the phone number. We clicked on putting the meal. It found this message. Enter an email. Enter me and me into the email. And then we're going to verify that it says, oh, we forgot to change. That was the version thing when we set it. Okay, so I know that the current version is the one that we want to have, not the one that's not saved. All right, so we're going to verify. I use my history over here. We will get back to 48 hours. If you don't know how the history button works, that is a Windows key and a V key. It's like, remember, Control X to cut and Control C to copy and then Control V to paste. Well, if you change it to Windows V instead of the Control V, you'll get this nice little pop-up that says, here's a history of everything that you've been typing in. And it holds about 30 different elements. It will hold it only for your session. So once you restart your computer, it's cleared out. If you look on the internet, there is instructions on how to make it permanent. Do not follow those. It will break this clipboard and you'll go, because there's no video up there on how to undo it. Maybe I'll put it up there to undo it. Sounds like a good idea. All right. Anyway, I got 3 people watching from here. One from YouTube, one from Twitch, and one on Facebook. Just a little reminder, I'm Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard. I've been doing this for 25 years. I touch every automation tool, and yesterday I lost my job. So I am actively looking for a new position. If you're looking for an automation architect that is willing to work with any tool, even if you still have WinRunner. Okay, you don't still have WinRunner HP Deep 6, this one, a long time ago, and decided to go with QTP, which is not a thing anymore. Nobody really talks about that, mostly because we don't like to brag about making our mortgage payment working in BASIC. Who runs around bragging like, I work in BASIC every day? And no, nobody does that. It's not the flex you think it is. At least I know that. All right, let's give this another run. I'm going to restart this and see if this does what it's supposed to do. We're going to go over to CandyMapper, get our flow started over here. So it's stopping the initial test over here. All right, maybe I'm refreshing. I don't know. Let's see. I'll reload this. Did I hit update? Oh, man. Okay, we're going to continue with the latest. Let's see what the last one is. The latest version was to enter this, my phone, click submit, and verify that this appeared. You know what? The latest version did not have that refresh. So I don't know. I got 4 people watching me. Thank you very much. Just a reminder for you guys who just joined me on YouTube. This is a live stream. You can chat. I'm Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard, and that person just ran away. And I'm looking for a new job because I got laid off yesterday. All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go and add this back in here, which was the refresh. the page. Well, there's a couple of different. You can refresh, reload. I'm going to do reload the page because I knew that that was working. And I'm going to go up to here. We'll do that. We click the back to site button. We enter Joe. We visually check the screen. We click the submit button. We verify that we see this on the screen. We need to drag the phone number up here. After we do that, put in Joe. We put in this phone number. The phone number has to be correct. It needs a plus in there, or else it doesn't work. Enter that into the phone. Visually check it. We click the submit. We make sure that we see that the message is there, and then we are looking for this message here. And we do have to remember to hit the save button. We will get back to you within 48 hours. And I'm going to go update this, and then I'm going to go run it. Now, there are two different runs. This run will run locally here. The other run, if I click on that, it's going to run it as part of the test, the test plan. And this is a little bit more visually entertaining when we do it. So let's see if this is going to complete what we need and get it done. See if I missed anything along the way. We'll reconnect that browser. See what happens. There we go. All right, now we're waiting for that pop-up. The pop-up comes. All right, it's going to do a reload anyway. So there's our, it knows that it came, it's ready to go there. And it's going to go and reload that page. Why it's recording, I'm not sure. But I'm going to let it run. So it reloads the page. It's going to click on the back to site button, which will clear this pop-up. It did. It's going to enter Joe in there. If my coworker Joe is watching this, I did this specifically for you, right? This did not have the plus in there. And I'm not sure why it did that. So we're going to go and hit stop. And over here, we'll update. We'll run. All right, so there is some virtualization, version control that's going on because there is two different versions that we saw over there. So that's good. Another important thing to have with an automation tool platform is you need to have version control. You need to be able to go back to a previous version. Now, I believe this, we're going to stop and we're going to give it another rerun. Okay. And then we're going to reload the page. Look at this. It tells me what the memory usage is. Okay. 265 megabytes of what? I don't know. What percentage is that? Is that something should I be concerned or not? All right, there we go. We put in Joe. We are typing in the phone number. The phone number is in there. We get the message that says it should say that an email needs to be in there. And then we put in the submit button and we verify that we will get back to you in 4 to 8 years. Now, here's the interesting thing is that we will get back to you within 48 years is actually off the screen. So I'm going to go see if I can zoom out. I know that I was able to zoom to scroll up and down, but it is waiting for this. And I think the page, I think the line is there, but I think it's off the screen. So it's debating whether it's actually there or not. So what we're going to do, it's going to add one more step. So we have one failure. And what I want to do is add a step that will scroll the screen. So I'm going to go over here and get the add this step here. Scroll down. All right, and we're going to run. So we scroll down, and it is displayed up there. So That's one of the things we want to double check when we're doing that, is if it's actually on the screen. And I think I will grab this and put it at the top, and we will restart. So we go over to the CandyMapper website, we reload the page. Okay. Now we look for the back to site and close the pop-up over here. And change our music. There we are, entering in our message. We validated the message. We put in me.me.com. We hit the submit, and we are verifying that we see this, and the test passes. All right, so we're going to hit update. Okay, test was updated, and then we're going to go run. And it's saying, hey, which one do you want to do? I can add more in here. We could run it on an Android if we want. So I'm going to go add that, and we'll hit apply and run. Now it's going to come back over here, and this is the pending test. I'm going to see if this works. So none are unresolved, none have failed, none have passed. If I click on this, this is our results, and we're still waiting on the results. Here's our test flow. Okay. It is now reloading over here. We are looking at, let's see, which one are we looking at? I don't exactly see the one we're looking at. So it's going to reload the page. Okay. Because it doesn't automatically update. We can see this. We are entering in a phone number in here, last name. There's our phone number, 555-1234. It's still visually checking the screen. Then I click submit, verified this was in here. Submit. Enters the email over there, clicks on submit, and then we scroll down to pick up on. We will get back to you within 48 years. Let's see if I do our action. I can verify before we do the scroll down that this is at the bottom, or maybe the site is protected. So I think the scroll, I mean, it's reporting that it sees the message after the scroll. Which is okay like that. All right. Well, it got all the way through. It passes. It took a while to figure it out, but it's kind of cool. Do keep in mind something that's coming up. By the way, if you want to learn more about me and my jobs, it seems to me almost every year I get a different one, or I talk about a different one. You can catch me at the Test Guild. Go over to the Test Guild and look for the Halloween podcast episodes, or just search my name, Test Guild. Search for Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard. Here's the Test Guild coming up. And you can search for Grossman or Halloween. And we should get a whole bunch of things over there. There they are. 2024, we just did last year. 2023. There's a couple other ones. I've been on that podcast for quite a bit. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you don't mind. And check me out. I think we are going to wrap this up with the CandyMapper Challenge here using Autonomous by Applitools. And I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. My name is Paul Grossman. I'm looking for a job. So let me know if there's something you want me to kind of do. I work with all sorts of different tools. You name the tool, I probably touched it. And we will be seeing you in another live stream shortly, and later this week, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, and we'll talk about all sorts of different features that the tool has. Every tool that I've got availability to. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, and have yourself a great day.